Over the course of a few days, I've shared with you micro moments of mindfulness skills that you could apply during your busy day. In the next 7 days, I want to share with you self-compassion, another skill to add on to your mindfulness practice. You see, self-compassion has a way of building our emotional resiliency. Self-compassion has 3 components. One of them is mindfulness, taking note or being aware of the suffering that you are experiencing right now. The second component is common humanity, remembering that we are human, and part of being human is not being perfect. And during this time of the pandemic, remembering that whatever emotions we are feeling, we're not the only ones feeling it. This feeling that we are having is actually a global shared feeling, especially amongst frontline clinicians. The third component of self-compassion is self-kindness. Self-kindness has a way of soothing our soul, our spirit, to help us feel a little bit better, to give us that little space of nurture, safety, and security. You see, self-compassion is basically compassion that you would normally offer to somebody that you love. But of course, in this practice of self-compassion, it's that compassion that you would normally give to somebody that you love, you're turning it towards yourself. Self-compassion, once again, can help us during this time of the COVID-19 crisis, reminding us that suffering does occur. It's normal because of so much uncertainty that we have to face with. Suffering is also a shared human experience. It's a part of life. And lastly, with suffering, there's a way to soften it by offering ourselves self-kindness. For today, I encourage you to just sit with the notion of self-compassion. And when you are feeling upset, stressed, overwhelmed, experiencing a roller coaster of emotions, happy 1 minute, sad the next, give yourself permission to be human. That's today's practice, giving yourself permission to be human. This permission to be human is something that I learned when I was studying positive psychology, the science of happiness. I learned it from Tal Ben-Shahar. And this simple phrase of permission to be human gives us that deep breath and awareness that it's okay. It's a part of human experience. Today, allow yourself, give yourself the permission to be human.